I wonder how long has it been when the last time I watched Steins Gate. I mean, seriously, it's been very, very long, and my room changed, etc. Going here, going there, changing locations. But it was pretty interesting. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Do as usual. I'm here to give you guys my first recap and first impressions on Steins Gate Zero. Yes, Steins Gate Zero on episode 1. Now, this episode right here, had a nice start. I actually had my enjoyment, and I'm looking forward to more. Hopefully, things will get a little bit more interesting. So, if anything else, let's just get this started. We had to it that the first episode opens up like at a certain apocalypse of a ruined city, which apparently is ravaged by war, and we had to it that Suzuya says, "Come on, let's go. We had to get on to the next location right now or next mission." And we had to it that we all know that's Mayuri-chan was holding a young lass that's like next to her or something, and says, "If only I reached out for that hand, would it change the difference?" And she ends up having a reminiscing or remembering a long time ago where she could have supported Okarin or something. And we have to it that it goes back into the past and plays off from there. Which apparently, the future that showed, it happened in 2036, apparently, on the June 7th, I believe, if I remember correctly. 607, etc. We have to it that goes back into the past where Okabe goes to counseling and meets up with Mayuri-chan, and then they end up meeting up with Ruka and Felice-chan, etc. We all know who they are, of course, and it was pretty cool. I like it. They all seem very happy. Things are starting to be alright. Of course, for Suzuya, on the other hand, which apparently is known to be the daughter of Itaru, which has been a while because it's been so many years since I've watched Steins Gate that I don't even remember most of these names. I do remember the characters, though, and how much I go like, what the hell is going on here? That kind of thing. And we have to it that they end up being visited by Yuki, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was Yuki, if I remember correctly. Hopefully I remember correctly. I don't know. And eventually, the other people come on by, which is Okarin, to Mayuri-chan, Felice-chan, Ruka, and much more, etc. And of course, there was a funny moment with Okabe trying to go to the restroom, but gets into a freaking, submission lock by, Suzuya. And we had to it that, that despite certain things happening here and there, Suzuya and Okabe end up having a small talk here and there. As for Yuki-chan, along with Itaru and Mayuri-chan are having fun with Felice-chan, etc., etc. Pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully, that's if you watched the episode or if you even played the game. Those of you guys who played the game, I'm gonna have to rely on them if they're adapting the series right. So yeah. Aside from that, we have to it, like I said, Suzuya and Okabe does have a little serious talk with each other. Of course, Suzuya tells him that he could try again or something, but Okabe says, "I had enough of this thing, okay? I had to go through this thing so many times," and I'm pretty sure if you guys played the game Steins Gate or even watched the series of the first season or the first of the series of Steins Gate, you will understand that Okabe was trying to save Mayuri-chan many times. I mean, those of you guys who are pretty brand new to Steins Gate Zero or something, you understand that Okabe was trying to save someone, and he failed so many times it made him snap. It broke him to a point where he's not gonna mess with time again. As he says, I changed from different timelines here and there and etc. And I'm tired of it. I don't want to deal with this I don't want to deal with this garbage dump again. Of course, Suzuya tries to encourage him, otherwise he still refuses. And we have to it that Suzuya says she still believes in the future, and there's still a way how to change the future before possibly World War III about to start. When Okabe talked about it, when he said those 3 words, World War III. And we have to it that Okabe is a college student, of course, and eventually still doing his own thing. And of course, if I remember correctly, he's still having some traumatizing moment where he killed Makise, which apparently is also like traumatizing too. I mean, like think about it. If you ever stab someone or try to save someone you liked, but in the end, instead of saving them, you end up stabbing them and killing them, what the hell are you going to do about it later? It's going to be with you forever. Your hands are already stained. Aside from that, we have to it that there's a seminar going on which involves something about artificial intelligence revolution. Of course, we get a new character, which apparently her name is Hiajo Maho, apparently, and she's a little short stack, alright? Little lolly if you want to say it in a certain sense to make it more funny or even more ridiculous. I'm thinking in my mind, this gal is woman is 21 years old and she's that short. Hey man, I've seen a lot of short chick flicks everywhere, and I'm pretty sure many of you boys and girls and men and women have too. And aside from that, she ends up being told about this like a middle schooler or something, etc. And of course, not only that, aside from like certain happenings here and there, we also get to see Kiryu Moeka, which apparently Okabe was like, what the hell is she doing here? And of course, this artificial intelligence revolution is actually some kind of like brand new technological step for artificial intelligence, which apparently was made by Makise Kurisu, which I go like, oh my gosh, my redheaded girl, obviously. And we have to that with her memories, and too bad she passed away at 17, because we already know why. We have to it that things are still getting a little beyond hectic than usual, having to have some things happening here and there. And they end up talking about certain theories about like after what Makise Kurisu just made, etc. And things are starting to get a little more tense and more crazy than usual. That they're gonna demonstrate their artificial intelligence, etc. I'm thinking in my mind, oh damn, this is really gonna be really hectic. And it ends off there with Okabe being surprised about this, seeing Makise Kurisu is mentioned here and there, and the song is played. So, what do I think about the first episode? I gotta say, it was pretty slick, not too bad. It just shows maybe what happened with Okabe after that certain incident, etc. But it also does show a little bit of what's gonna happen in the future, which is pretty scary. I mean, like, Suzuya and Okabe did talk to each other on the roof, trying to, like, talk to each other, especially Suzuya trying to convince Okabe, like, you gotta try to change this, man. I mean, like, this war whatsoever is around the corner. It's going to happen very soon, but Okabe still refuses because we all know why. We all know what happened, etc. So, that was a pretty slick episode, or first impressions of a start off, etc. Those of you guys who are really brand new with Steins Gate, etc., I highly recommend you take a look at Steins Gate Kyok, freaking like prequel to Steins Gate 0, apparently. This came out like almost 3 years ago, or around December 2015, etc. That thing is like the start off to set off to where Steins Gate 0 is going to start today. That's all I can really say right now, but one thing for sure, looking forward to the next episode or so. Can't wait to talk about Steins Gate again week by week, hopefully. And I know every ending or cliffhanger ending is going to really wreck my freaking heart to pieces. Because if I remember correctly, I remember like doing recaps or reviews about Steins Gate on this series like week by week. And it was torturous for me to wait. And I just did that to myself because I just want to. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day. And I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. And of course, which I got my phrase from Steins Gate. Toot-toot-toot!